Available teaching resources. This is a list of resources that are available both within the college and from outside the college. So first we'll talk about those things that are available within the college. These video teaching tips come out about every 2 weeks. Most are created by me. I'm Peggy Root, but you'll also see teaching tips in this academic year from Vesna Hampel-Kozar, our wellness director, from Dr. Erin Malone, our assistant dean of curriculum, from Dr. Erin Burton talking about competency. She's our senior associate dean of academic and student affairs, and from Ryan Ruprecht and Jenna Carlson, who are two of our instructional technologists. These are sent out by email about every 2 weeks. They come to you from Academic and Student Affairs, and they are always archived on the Educational Support website, so you can go back and look at not only the ones from this year, but from all of the years before as well. We also have our CVM Instructor Development Program. This is open to everyone who teaches in the college. So all of the faculty, all of the staff, our teaching tech team, residents certainly could come if they wanted to. Postdocs have attended. And so it's open to anyone who has an interest in teaching and who is teaching within our program. Information is sent out regularly and is posted in the college about offerings through the school year. So there will be something offered every month as a face-to-face session, usually held on Zoom. There are also independent learning modules for each of the 15 broad topics that are covered in this program. And if you have any questions, you can find information about it posted on the bulletin board in the Pomeroy building, or you can contact me, Peggy Root, and I'm happy to talk you through what the options are. If you complete 10 modules or 10 of these topics, you can earn a certificate that demonstrates that you are putting forth a significant effort as a faculty member for your development in teaching. Canvas Camp has been offered for a couple of years in the college. This is offered by our two central instructional technologists, Ryan Ruprecht and Jenna Carlson, and it's to help familiarize you both with basic things that we do in our learning management system, which is Canvas, supported by the university, and then new things that come up in Canvas, or more advanced things that you might want to try. So watch for emails from Ryan about when Canvas camps are available. Teaching Huddle is managed by Dr. Erin Malone, and this is sort of a brainstorming session where you can bring ideas about your teaching, questions about your teaching. She will oftentimes bring things to that whole group for sort of an open discussion about things that are being considered for our curriculum. And that varies from semester to semester on what day and time it is held. So watch for emails from Dr. Malone about the Teaching Huddle. And then we always have Education Day in mid-May, and that save the date announcement for when it is specifically in May usually goes out late in fall semester, usually in about November. So watch for that. That'll be sent to you by email and will be posted in various places. There will be a solicitation for posters for that Education Day, and it likely will be hybrid. So people will be able to attend many of the parts of that meeting either on Zoom or in person. Now I'll talk about some university-wide resources. So first one here is the Center for Educational Innovation, and you see their URL there. They provide a lot of different kinds of support for us as educators. So they provide different programs that we can attend. They have a liaison from the college that will come if we ask her to and provide input about specific things that we're struggling with or questions that we have. I refer many people to their website for things about what would you put in a teaching portfolio or common questions that are out right now. Like, for example, artificial intelligence, that's what people are talking about. And they try to stay very current and provide information about those questions we're grappling with right now. Another group that's very helpful is the Office of Information Technology, and specifically within that, Academic Technology Support Services, or ATSS. They meet with us regularly to try to make sure we know what is happening in the world of technology at the university. And again, you can see the URL there to access their website. They can provide a lot of technical assistance for us. what things are being linked into Canvas that we are going to be able to use that are supported by the university. What sorts of ways can we create case studies? What sorts of ways can we create videos? Lots of different technology things that this central group is available to help us with as instructors. And then there are the libraries, and again, you see the URL there for the libraries in general. The libraries can create course pages for you where you can reserve materials. They can give you consultations about assignments, about copyright issues, things like that. They do have some workshops that they provide, and they also provide a program every year that you can apply for that gives you support for help creating ebooks, which are very valuable for you as an instructor, and which also permit us to share our materials more widely if you choose to make that ebook available through some sort of common licensure that gives access to people everywhere to those materials. We do not physically have a library anymore. Our library is gone and our materials have been moved up to the main library up the hill. But we do still have our librarian, and Andre is very available to help with anything you need relative to searches, relative to materials, anything that's library related. Andre is happy to help with that. And then there's International Student and Scholars Services. And again, you see there their URL if you want to go to their website and investigate more specifically what they provide for our international students. And I've given you just sort of a brief idea here that for the students, they provide counseling services, which can be very helpful for someone who's very far from home and trying to figure out how they're going to manage themselves here and then again as they return home. And they can provide very direct support for things like their visas or if they're struggling with language. And so for students who are finding that their English is not perhaps at a level that's allowing them to succeed in the program, they can provide resources for that. For faculty, they provide programs to help us understand what it's like for our international students and what their specific concerns might be. Very helpful for us as faculty and mentors for these students in helping them succeed personally in our programs. And then finally, you will get direct information from the university as a whole. They'll list things in the brief, which comes out once a week during the academic year, and they will send direct emails about courses that are available that are offered through the university as a whole. Within the college, we have really two main ways that we provide support, and that's through the Educational Support website and then through our Educational Support group. The Educational Support website is currently on the CVM intranet, and the way you get to it is to go to the regular VetMed homepage for the College of Veterinary Medicine, and you see the URL is there. And once you're on that homepage, scroll to the bottom of the page, and you'll see listed intranets, and you want to click on the one for the College of Veterinary Medicine. When you do that, you'll see this little banner across the top. You'll see educational support there. And when you click on that little down arrow, it'll give you the drop down and you'll see all these different pages with information for educational support. First will be the overview page, and it's got that big help button on the right, and that's an easy way to get a hold of somebody who can help you and to find phone numbers. If you're in a classroom and things aren't working or the technology isn't working, a quick way for you to get a hold of people. And it's also sort of our landing page, so it will have information about current events or current opportunities and links to central resources like many of them that I've just spoken about. The CVM Education Support Group is listed on its own page. We can always be reached at the email that's shown here, cvmces@umn.edu. This group is made up of the Associate Dean of Education, that's me, the Assistant Dean of Curriculum, that's Dr. Malone, Andre, our librarian, Erin Rendall, who's our statistician, and then all of the central and departmental technologists, and you'll see them listed here as well. This is a group that you can send an email to and one of us will get back to you, either with an answer or with resources to help you find your answer. There is a whole page for graduate faculty resources, very specific to the faculty and the graduate students, and it includes a lot of information about mentoring, about resources for English as a second language, about specific things for international students, lots of links to central resources to help you provide good information for graduate students, especially for those who are international students. The Canvas page provides basic information like how you log on to Canvas, things that help you set up your Canvas site the way you want it to be, or your Canvas dashboard the way you want it to be, and then many, many links to help with frequently asked questions. Again, it shows you who can help you with Canvas within your department or centrally. So everything you should need to help you manage our learning management system is on this page. We have one page for the DVM curriculum. So there is always a graphic overview, what we call the core curriculum at a glance, that lets you see where does your course fit in amongst everything else that happens in our curriculum. And then there are also drop downs by year and for electives and for rotations. So again, you can get a better idea of what is offered. And those are course catalog sort of submissions there. So you can see a broad description of the course and some more information about it. There is a clinical teaching tab intended to be a one-stop shop for everything you need if you are doing clinical teaching. So there are some forms and documents there that are regularly used relative to clinical teaching. There's resources there, there's literature there, lots of information for us as clinical teachers in the hospitals. The Faculty Development Opportunities page actually has several drop downs. So there's information there about teaching tips. They're all archived there. There's information there about books about teaching and learning if you want to do some more reading yourself. There is information about learning and memory theory to help us all think about why we teach the way we do and how our students are using that information at the level of their actual learning. And then there's Education Day, both updates as it nears and then the archives if you want to go back and look at posters or presentations from previous years. There's a course coordination page. There's a roster there of course coordinators if you need to know who's responsible for a course around those that you're teaching. And then there's just wonderful information that was created by Dr. Malone with timelines and ideas of what you need to do when. How do you prepare for a course? How do you implement a course? How do you review a course? Lots of great information here for course coordinators. The educational research page includes information, basic information about educational research, including how you get trained and apply for human subjects research through the Institutional Review Board, which is sort of the IACUC for human subjects research. And then there are examples published here from all of us that have published anything in educational research. So you can go find those papers and you can see who you might want to talk to if you're interested in doing educational research and you're looking for some support or a collaborator. The Evaluation of Teaching page has information about peer review of teaching. It describes student evaluations of teaching, and it talks a little bit about teaching portfolios and what you might want to do if you're choosing to create something like that, perhaps as you look at your promotion dossier or things of that nature. There is a forms and policies page and an FAQ page, and these are pretty self-explanatory. Lots of information there for us as teachers. And there's an off-campus teaching page that was created during COVID. And again, this is intended to be a one-stop shop page. Lots of resources that are specific for virtual or online teaching. And again, who helps you with that work. The teaching skills page is really like a teaching basics page. How do I write learning objectives? What are the best practices for writing good multiple choice exam questions? What do I need to know about different ways to give presentations or to facilitate active learning? All that sort of information is on this page. And there is a specific document for new faculty to help orient them to teaching here at the College of Veterinary Medicine. Technology page is broad. It's got some Canvas stuff on there. It's also got things about polling, things about lecture capture, things about how you make a video. Lots of good basic information about different technologies that we may use as teachers. So now I'm going to move to external opportunities, and there are just a couple of these. Right now, the AVMA hosts an online educators community. They hold virtual meetings. Mostly what it's been used for so far is as a discussion board where people can post a concern that they have or a question that they have and get feedback from people at the other schools. And if you go to the hard copy, the slides for this, you can click on that and it'll take you to how you sign up to be a part of that community. There's also an Academy of Veterinary Educators, which is part of the AAVMC. And this is for everyone who is an educator in veterinary medicine, so not just DVMs, anyone, the faculty and the staff can certainly participate in this. If you're interested in joining this group, Dr. Heidi Bancy at Louisiana State is the secretary, and she's the person that you contact to make sure you're getting information about this group. One of the things that this group will be offering beginning in 2024 is a credentialing process. And so this basically will be a way for us to get a designation that is recognized outside of the college that shows our expertise as teachers. So please watch for information about that. And then finally, Dr. Hampel-Kozar brought to my attention the National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity. They have many, many good resources for everyone at any level, contract, tenure track, no matter what you're doing in the college. They provide a lot of interesting courses and resources with the goal of really helping us be as productive as we can be while still being healthy, mentally and physically healthy, and enjoying our work. And you can see the URL there. And if you want to sign up for membership, we get it through the University of Minnesota. So just make sure you click on University of Minnesota Twin Cities, and then you will be approved for membership, and you will not have to pay anything specific for that. If you have any questions about any of this information, I am Peggy Root, and I can be reached at rootk001@umn.edu. Or you can always contact the CVM Education Support Group, CVM CES, at umn.edu.